Hey, hey, hey. Uh, how you doing, Madison? Madison, are you out there? It's foreign to feel and talk into a microphone. My name's Jordie Lane. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and we've been stuck here in Madison and Nashville for 18 months. How terrible. I'm going to do a bunch of brand new songs that I've just been writing, and thank you to Maya and Anthony for having me here. This one's about spending a lot of time in America, realizing even if you all speak the same language, things can get taken the wrong way. Wow. I'm out on the thoroughfare, got my doors wide open, I just don't care. You can hear them rattling on the back of them utes. Out here they call them pickups, ain't that cute? Different words, same meaning, new set of stars up in my sky. Same world, still spinning, but further and further out of time. I haven't owned a car since '09. Got T-boned by a drunk on the 112 line. He pleaded to settle without insurance, but I got my payout and bought a J45. Different words, same meaning, new set of stars up in my sky. Same world, still spinning, but further, further out of time. It's just me and my guitar on this road. We barely had time to look back since. So what should we put in the sauce, honey? Ground beef sounds good, back home they call it mince. Different words, same meaning, new set of stars up in my sky. Same world, it's still spinning, but further and further out of time. Well, I'm looking back like the singer does, just terrified of my one true love, drowning in a bottle floating out at sea, with a faded message you might not read. Different words, same meaning, new set of stars up in my sky. Same world, still spinning, but further and further out of time. Different words, same meaning, brightest stars up in my sky. Same world still spinning further and further at a time. Thank you very much. Oh, shit. For all the musicians in the audience, you probably already know the feeling of get back to doing a gig, but this is literally the first time I've been on a stage, whether there's an audience or not, since the 1st of February 2020. And I kind of got used to it. I liked it, just cooking meals at home, doing tricks with the dog. But I finally found this empty house and I started writing songs in it. I had a month, cheap rent from the landlord, just an empty house, me and a guitar, and all of these songs I'm playing tonight, I wrote there in the last month or so. This is one about living in share houses back home in Australia. If people are watching online, friends back in Melbourne, you'll know where this is. Brother. I lived in Carlton for a summer, I think it was on Cardigan Street. With my best friends we partied till the morning, living off the leftovers from Christmas Eve. I don't remember most of that December. I thought losing myself would set me free, but how low can this car go? Drive it down as far as Sorrento. Coppers are knocking at my bedroom door. Make sure they're not in bare feet. There's glass on the floor and people crawling up the ceiling. We've got photo evidence. My internal dialogue wasn't really prevalent back then. Well, I remember faces, just not all their names. So many times disgracing myself, like the time I got the scurvy, drinking nothing but wild turkey. Right, fuck. That's the worst, when a singer's laughing at his own joke, trying to make sure that the audience does too. I'll sing that line again, just in case you missed it. The doctors were very surprised too. They hadn't seen a case in 300 years. Like the time I got the scurvy, drinking nothing but wild turkey. And I still can't remember the next bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yep, she's got it. I'll just speak the first line. Like the time I got the scurvy, drinking wild turkey, acting like a pirate, robbing my health. I can't remember most of that December. I thought losing myself would set me free. But how low can this car go? Drive it down as far as Sorrento. Coppers are knocking at my bedroom door. Make sure they're not in bare feet, there's glass on the floor. People crawling up the ceiling, we've got photo evidence. My internal dialogue wasn't really prevalent back then. I lived in Carlton for one summer. I think it was on Cardigan Street. Thank you. Oh. It's all part of the act. Been working on this for a while. How's everybody doing tonight? All right, I'm going to do a song now that I wrote in the expectation of doing a gig again one day. So here it is. This one's called Back Out There. Barking at the back door, howling for her feet. Mama's in the bathroom, she's crying on her knees. Trees above her blowing, branches almost broke. Since the twister came through last year, even a soft breeze makes me choke. Hey, looking for a new job since losing one last week. Hey, make it through the valley and back up to the peak. Cause when no one else is out here, this really ain't much fun. They're hiding in their basements if they're lucky to have one. Now Martha may be nimble, Jimmy tries to tell a joke. Little Susie's scared out of her brain, cousin Timmy's found the coke. A cola that I'm talking, for this is a family song. I promise to be concise as I can, it won't take that long. Nothing simple as it seems, here comes another wave. Yeah, hold your breath, jump on under to a boiler room rave, where Fat Boy Slim is fucking in heaven and Hole has filled me up. I remember that festival, Big Day Out, 99 I think it was. Well, I gotta get back out there, out on the scene. Get my name in lights and my face in magazines. Oh, I'll pay a publicist everything I got. It'll be so damn beautiful, they'll get me on some underground Norwegian blog. Cause the world is opening back up to the heavens above. There's aliens with big outstretched hands, all full of love, singing, come out to meet me out in the cold. We'll jump across these junk satellites just like stepping stones. Spontaneous prose is not as good as editing for 3 days. this is where I fucked up the line and I got in some kind of haze because my friend Robbie Heck gave me a beta blocker about 3 years ago and I decided to take it tonight. It was just half a beta blocker, but I took it with one glass of wine before we left and said goodbye to the dog, and now I can't remember the lyrics again. Oh yeah, spontaneous prose is not as good as editing for 3 days. Ain't nobody got time for that. 15-second songs Daniel Ek wants me to make. Well, some might say I'm rambling, just like my mate Steve Poltz, but he came to me in this dream, so I guess it's all his fault. Well, I can't see what's out there beyond you and me. Even with a telescope, you can rarely view it free. Shit. Anybody got a quarter? Yeah, I gotta get back out there in reality. Flush down that shit and get a gig and set this buddy free, yeah. Thank you very much. Just doing some financial transactions, putting the PayPal. I don't have Venmo. I haven't got an American phone with Venmo for the online stream. Anyway, my name's Jordie Lane. I'm very excited now to get a guest up here. She's my rock. She's kept me alive. She's the baby mama to our border collie, Tassie. I don't know how we would have got through this year without each other, so make her very welcome. Claire Reynolds.
Hello. I'm really excited.
There's a few lyrics there if you want. I've had the lyrics up on this music stand, so what the Okay, we're going to do a song now with a saying that I've heard just as much as the term unprecedented. We're living in unprecedented times. We're going to have to take unprecedented measures. I guess people, it doesn't sound like that in America, but it's the same thing everywhere. In an unprecedented attempt to fight the virus. Anyway, this is not, there's no unprecedented in this song. We hope you enjoy it. I should be doing better. Can't blame it on the inclement weather. But what a year we've had. Do I need to explain that? I'm trying trying to remember how to talk to people at the cafe. But I kinda like the way we stopped the small talk, just waved and walked away. So come on, join the sing-along, jump into the fire, pass the story on. It's once in a century, we think we're learning plenty, so how come this shit just keeps on piling on? Now everybody's saying this is the new normal, but come on, when was it ever that way? We're just so good at adapting, masters of hiding away, making routines for our days, just trying not to break. So come on, join the sing-along, jump into the fire, pass the story on. It's once in a century, we think we're learning plenty, so how come this shit just keeps on piling on? Should be doing better. Can't blame it on the inclement weather. Thank you very much. That's Claire Lollies Reynolds, everybody. So we were going to do one more song together and then get more guests up here. But basically, the song we were going to do, Maya DeVitri already played in a set, and
it was so good. We can't do it.
We're not going to fuck with that.
Yeah.
But we'll tell you the story, and if we do have time, do we have time? Yeah. So if they want to, we'll bring some friends to the stage to do another song, and I'll just tell a long-winded story about how we're not going to play the song before it. But if Maya and Anthony and Ross and Ethan... so February 1st, 2020, we're doing a bushfire benefit.
Yeah.
For Australia. There was the worst bushfires we'd had in Australia at the end of 2019, start of 2020. And we were doing benefits around the place. And we did one here in Nashville. And all of the people of Nashville were amazing at coming out, supporting that. Little did we know that the world was going to have a couple of other things happen. But when we did that show, our friend was working at Grimey's, and a guy came in and he said, oh, you know, he saw the flyer and he said, this looks good, I'd love to come see this show. And how do I get in? And a friend said, oh yeah, it's Mercy Lounge, bloody da. And he said, yeah, I'd like to come, but I don't really want to be bothered by everybody. Do you think you could get me backstage? And it was our friend working at Grimey's. And he said, yeah, I know the people putting on the event. I'll get you VIP backstage. And so then this guy rocks up in a car that night, and it's Mr. Robert Plant. And he comes backstage, watches the whole gig, and then we say, do you want to draw the raffle, Robert Plant? And he says, I'd love to. And so he's drawing raffle prizes, and he says, this is the best fucking gig of my life. We said, thank you, Mr. Robert Plant. And and then we haven't done a gig since that, and we thought, what's going to top that? And we were going to sing a song that he sings right now, but Maya DeVitri did such a beautiful job with Anthony before on Killing the Blues that we're not going to sing it, but I thought I'd give them time to get ready, and we'll leave you with this old song of ours that's on a record called Glasso Land. And thank you very much for listening. Thank you to Chris on the sound, to everybody here at Dee's. My name's Jordie Lane. This is Claire Reynolds, and yeah, we'll play this one.
This is for Mikey.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got a tune. I'm in a weird Baroque tuning.
How about Jordie Lane, everybody? When I met Jordie and Claire, they were I knew them through Maya's old band, the Stray Birds, and I know they were doing a tour, opening for Maya. That's how I found out about Jordie as a songwriter. He was over from Australia at the time to tour with the Stray Birds, and he just seemed like part of the gang, like immediately. And I loved his voice and loved Claire's voice and loved hearing them sing together, and it was just a beautiful thing. And a big fan of Maya's band too, and everything was great. And then sometime later, I was asked to open for the Stray Birds, or maybe I asked them. I don't really remember. And Maya said, like, totally, we can totally do the tour. Like, we would love to have you. But Anthony, we can't tour like we usually do. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? She's like, well, we can't, usually we would let you like ride in our van, but you can't ride in the van. We just don't have room in this minivan. We're doing a minivan, we don't have room. I was like, oh, okay. That's all right. I have a car, I can do that. She's like, also, like, just with some of these gigs, like, we can't cover all your meals. I was like, in my head, I was like, I don't think I ever thought they were going to buy all my meals. I'm the support act on a tour. And then the best one was, and I'm so sorry, normally we would get your room, but we might need you to figure out your own place to stay. It's just a leaner tour. And it's like, who told you that's what opening acts get? Like, that's not a thing. But apparently Jordie Lane got the goddamn red carpet treatment, welcome to America. And here I am opening for them, having to slum it in my mom's Honda CRV, figuring out which, quality inn I was going to stay at. So I resented Jordie. I loved him, then I resented him, and now I love him again. And now we're going to do a song that I've been hearing him sing since then, and it's still one of my favorite songs.
Oh my, she's a black diamond from below. I feel dirty, I'm in the dark. Money's on the table before we start. In the third room on the top floor, when it was all over, she walked through the wall. I'm back to the mine, back to the mine. I told the boys I had a hell of a time. Oh my, she's a black diamond from the light. I feel dirty, I'm in the dark. Money's on the table before 1903. Now I loved her and she loved me, but nobody knew, nobody was to know how a miner and a hooker's ghost love could grow. Oh my, she's a black diamond from Berlin. I feel dirty, I'm in the dark. Money's on the table before we start. Money's on the table before we start. She's a black diamond from Berlin. I feel dirty, I'm in the dark. Money's on the table before we
Jordie Lane, Claire Reynolds, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Maya Vitri, Ethan Yojevitz, Ross McReynolds on the drums. We'll be with you in just a few minutes for one last ADC set at Tuesdays. Thank you.